Welcome back to another episode of the Salford RTG Career Mode. It's the season finale, and it's a voiceover. Everything you're seeing now has already been played. We are in the FA Cup to start things off here, but we are going to cut back to a little scene here. I just needed to switch things up here. We switched formation to 4-2-1-3, and I actually started having fun, and I got carried away. And instead of just playing a couple games off camera and then talking about the highlights there, I ended up playing the rest of the season. And you can see why, because we kind of made another FA Cup run there. You can see here we had Gillingham in this round of the FA Cup. I believe this is early January, the round 3 it is, where we went up 1-0, and then I think Namai here scores to make it 2-0. So yeah, we made another run in the FA Cup. I'm going to just go ahead and straight up spoil it. We made it all the way to the quarterfinals again, where we lost to a team that we probably should have beat, in all honesty. We did go ahead and play a Premier League team within the couple of changes. We did lose James Chester on a free to Shrewsbury at the start of this next season, and we did sell Ryan Loft for $550K. With us going to a one-striker formation, we no longer needed 3 strikers, so we just sold Loft for the most money. Charlie Brown got a transfer offer. That didn't go through. You can see here in the next round we got Wickham in the Carabao Cup, and then here we are simming against top of the table Peterborough, where I believe we actually lost. I think we made it 1-1 in quick fashion. They made it 2-1, and then I believe we lost 2-1 there. But yeah, I just wasn't having fun with the 3-back. It became stagnant. You can see there as Hugo is our top goal scorer so far in the season, with Leo with 10, Glatzel with 5. So you can see the drop-off in performances from most of our players there. Brown had 7 assists, but Hugo's still a top assister within those last 2 things. So we needed to switch formations, so we switched to the most meta one on the game, the 4-2-1-3 for Ultimate Team. And honestly, it's actually the most fun I've had in League 1. League 1 and League 2 can be sketchy. This is a unfortunate goal that we actually end up scoring here with Hugo. A lofty header that hit the crossbar. Keeper makes a mistake trying to jump for it, and then just can't get to the second one there, and Hugo was able to slide it away. That lead didn't last long, though, as Fletcher comes in here for Blackpool, chips the keeper, and this game turned to be a chip fest. I turned to just run in, and talking about the keeper, Mr. Crow is gone at the start of Season 3, or whatever season the next season is, Season 3, and Mr. Zahola, or whoever the goalkeepers that we bought in on loan, actually had a really good loan spell, and he's going to be our starting goalkeeper now. He's at the point to where I actually wanted them to be. I think he's only 1 or 2 ratings below what Crow is, and Crow's obviously aging at the moment there. I think this is another chip, to be honest. It's not, but this is Blackpool taking the lead here. I believe we actually might have won this game. We either won this game or we lost 3-2. I can't remember. I think we scored 2 relatively late goals. We might have scored here with Hugo. Yes, so we did score here. I believe we actually won this game with Hugo and Mr. Namai, who's on the score sheet. I believe so. It's 3-3, so we did score here. Chester's, who came on for Brown. Hugo now is on the box, and Hugo blasts it into the top left corner, and that is a 4-3 lead for Salford. As far as League 1 goes, once we got out of the FA Cup, we had a distinct opportunity to make the playoffs. I just didn't think it was going to ever come to fruition. So once we lost in the FA Cup, which you'll see in a couple of moments, we ended up just going ahead and quick simming the rest of the season. Here we are into the next round of the FA Cup. It's another home game here for Salford against Wickham, who were up in a playoff fighting spot in League 1. And there's Charlie Brown just running down the right-hand side, curling it past the keeper, taking the lead in the first 3 minutes. We often tend to score early or score late in these saves somehow. Here's Namai in this 80th minute, and Namai in the 80th minute to try and seal the deal to put us to the next round of the FA Cup. It is 2-0 for Salford. We are in the next round of the FA Cup. This is the round I believe we will play a Premier League team who's in the top 10 of the standings of when we got to play them. So yeah. Did we make it 3-0? We might have made it 3-0 with Chester's. I forgot Chester's did score that goal. But yeah, you can see that we're scoring a lot more goals. We're kind of becoming a little more defensively sound. Not really, though. We're still conceding a lot of goals. But this formation is just better. You can see here we are playing Brighton in the next round of the Emirates FA Cup. Arsenal is taking on Chelsea, so Big Six matchup is there. But we're going quick sim here against Rotherham, which could be a spelling. Could be a spelling, or it could be a tale of 2 things to come. You'll see in a little while why I say that. But we go down 1-0, but then Allen scoring a free kick in the 67th minute to make it 1-1. And then quickly after that, 6 minutes later, Nombe makes it 2-1, and he gets his brace, and he scores to make it 2-1. And then Hugo in the 87th makes it 2-2. And was that a 2-2 draw against Rotherham? It was a 2-2 draw against Rotherham. That's not the final time. We'll see Rotherham United next. And next we take on playoff fighting team Wrexham United over in Salford. We played them last time. I believe we beat them at Wrexham Park, if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the season. They take an early lead here in the first 12 minutes. And then Fowles trying to make it 2-0. In the 24th minute, he makes it 2-0. I believe we get absolutely pummeled here. We just couldn't handle. This was a bad clearance from a goal kick that led to Fowles' hat trick to make it 3-0 in the first half. And this might be one of the games I end up quick simming. It is a game we end up quick simming. We lose 3-1 there after we quick sim there. Now looking at the Premier League standings, you can see here Brighton is currently sitting in 8th at the time of playing them with 11 games left to go. So we are looking to play a top 10 Premier League side in the FA Cup away from home. Away from home. That is always going to be a hard thing to do, and especially with Yuka Minta into Richarlison, the pigeon. He gets a lucky break there. He goes up 1-0 right before the break, and of course it's right before the break. That's how he scores, and he's doing his little pigeon dance that we all hate. And then quickly into the second half, Hugo comes down that same end and scores to make it 1-1, and we give them a little dance back here, a little Macarena, breaking it down 1-1. I believe we make it 2-1 relatively quickly after around 15 minutes later. Here's Leo. Does he score this one? He does score this one. A Travella. We whip it all out. We whip all the meta out. A Travella, 4-2-1-3. Leo, the youngster, he's going to be one to keep on for sure. He's going to be hard to keep on in the summer transfer window when we get there. And then Ferran Torres, nearly, I didn't say nearly, he did spoil the broth because he made it 2-2 with less than 5 minutes left to go. It's 2-2. Eric Lamptey there. You can see there we go into extra time against Brighton at Brighton Stadium. It's unfortunate that we couldn't hold on, but it was actually a decent battle. And then Hugo quickly into the second half, into the first half of the extra time, and then Charlie Brown from outside the box hits a beautiful half volley or volley, finds the back of the net. It's 3-2 for Salford, and that is all she wrote. We are into the quarterfinals of the Emirates FA Cup, taking down a top 8 side in Brighton. I don't know how we actually managed to do that. We kind of got lucky that they didn't score in extra time. That rest of that game was actually quite boring. But here we go. Salford versus Rotherham. There's a reason why I said Salford versus Rotherham was going to come up. You'll see that after this game where we take on Derby County in the league, where they currently sit, I believe, second. I believe they sat second. It was a very boring second half, first half, I should say. Very, very boring half. They take the lead here relatively early into the second half. It's 2-1-0. It was a well-worked rebound goal. In all honesty, I expected the dude to shoot it. He didn't. He found a pass. And here comes Hidalgo whipping it in for Anderson. I realized I never told y'all where I got Hidalgo from. He was just a free agent signing within the last transfer window, the summer. Was it summer? No, the winter transfer window, I believe. We brought him in just for a free, maybe even the summer transfer window as a backup for Leo. And that's a great ball into Hugo. And Hugo to steal all 3 points in the 93rd minute. Salford make it 2-1, and Salford's going to pick up 3 points. This is what gave me hope that I could make a playoff run when we beat teams like that, but then we go ahead and lose to Burton Albion in a quick sim. And here comes the Emirates FA Cup, a chance to go to Wembley. This is where we failed last season against Chelsea. This time, it's a relatively a lot easier fixture. You can see there a misplaced pass by Brown into Ashley, and then Leo with the long shot that was just blocked, and Leo still has possession of it here, trying to find the right option, can't do so. Gonna be completely honest, don't know why that highlight is in there, but here's come Numbe into Clark Harris, and Crow absolutely spills it. An easy save should have been made. We couldn't do anything for the rest of the game. It was only 20 minutes left in the game. We lose 1-0 to Rotherham. They go to Wembley. We miss out on a trip to Wembley again for the second season running. This one was a hell of a lot easier of a run than that, but you can see here, this is where I just quick sim to the end of the season. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm looking at Youth Academy prospects. I don't know if I brought in anybody within the last things. Yeah, I definitely didn't, because I'm just not doing there. But yeah, we go ahead and do that. We finish, I believe, 14th or 13th in the league, but you see this Sheffield, Leighton, Gillingham, and Cambridge all go down to League 2. We finished 10th in the league with 67 points. I believe we were 6 points off a playoff spot in 6th place, which is completely fine. Rotherham United, who had our number this season, finished in 9th. And yeah, 6 points off of Stevenage, who finished in 6th. It was Wrexham versus Plymouth Argyle in the promotion playoff final, in which Wrexham won, which sent Wrexham. And you see here, Man City won FA Cup or Carabao Cup. Arsenal won FA Cup. Wrexham won the League One playoffs, which means Wrexham, Derby County, and Peterborough all go up. Hugo finished out top goal scoring. We're obviously going to lose him in the summer because he was just a lone player. So 35 goals for him. We're going to have to fill in his buttes massively for the 3rd season. Maybe Glatzel can step up and be that guy. But you can see here all the loan signings. You can see there Zahola is the same exact rating as Crow. I don't remember what rating he was when I loaned him out, but I believe it was 58, 59. Yeah, as we just go ahead, I'm just going to use this screen as a thing to kind of do my outro there. But yeah, so that's going to be it. Next season, we are back fully fit. We are making a run for the playoffs. I might do 1 to 2 months per episode just to make it go a little bit faster for League One football, or maybe 3 months. But I'll see. Until then, live, like, subscribe, and peace out.